guys, today we're going to look at a tank. I'm a tank kind of guy, I do like my dripper, but if you like tanks and you have different types of tanks, for example you may have a subtank, you may have a Triton tank and you may have a Delta 2. This tank takes all three of them attys, and especially the Aspire one, it takes the whole range through from the Triton all the way through the Aspire Atlantis. Takes the whole range. So we'll take a little look, see how it goes. So guys, this is the Morph tank by EhPro, and you'll see you get two boxes, and in the first box, the small box, you'll see it's got the adapters in it. And just undo the box and you'll see a set of instructions, quite clear instructions, and the three different adapters you'll need for the three atomizers: subtank, the Aspire or the Triton, and the Delta 2. I'll put that back in there. And in the main box you'll see a set of instructions. Open it up, you'll see the tank itself, some Japanese cotton, you'll see a drip tip, a screwdriver, and a little bag of rubbers. Now inside that bag you'll see some screws, and you'll also see a centre pin. Okay, so we'll take the tank out and we'll take a look. The tank itself is full stainless steel. I think it holds about 5mm. Full air adjustable control at the bottom, and a copper 510 pin. In the top you'll see a space there for a drip tip, standard 510 drip tip. I will unscrew the bottom, and that will reveal the stock R.B.A unit. This doesn't come pre-coiled, nor does it come with any wire, but it is a K-Fun type build. You could probably put vertical coils or dual coils, but it's catered for a single coil, same as a K-Fun. Juice channels are quite acceptable. And this is the top. Unscrew the top, and that will reveal, as you can see on there, it says R.B.A. Okay, so let's say we run a Delta 2 atomizer. So what we need to do, as you can see on there, it says R.B.A. We need to unscrew that unit. And in the second box we need to find the Delta. You can see it says Del, that's not Del Boy, that means Delta. So the first thing you'll see is the base, which screws into the base. Just nip that up and you'll see that it's got, I've got it on camera, it's got Delta or Del written on that. So in that we will put our Delta atomizer, and in the top we will unscrew the R.B.A chimney, and we will screw in the Delta chimney. Fits on top. Always prime your coils before you use them, but that now is set up with a Delta 2 atomizer. And let's say you have a subtank. There's the adapter which says sub, and in the bottom you'll see the subtank base, which will fit the subtank coil onto. Okay, and then that screws on to the bottom. That looks slightly different because it is a centre chimney, a small centre chimney, as opposed to a flared one. Let's stick the glass on the bottom, and then that screws on the top. Primed your coil properly and you are ready to go with subtank coils. Okay, so when it comes to using the Triton or the Atlantis coils, there is just a slightly different thing to do. We'll pop the coil in there. As you can see, it says ATL, which stands for Atlantis. We'll screw the coil in. But we don't screw that onto the base just yet, because we need to change that centre pin. So we remove the copper centre pin with the screwdriver. Place that down there. And we find the short pin. Now this bag I'm getting this pin from is actually from the adapter box. Inside there you will see a flathead to remove the pin, and we use a screwdriver to remove that. Now this pin is a lot longer than the pin you're going to put in for the Atlantis, as you can see. There's quite a size difference. So the short pin goes in, okay, but what we need to do first, we need to make sure that everything is set at the correct height. So we screw on the bottom unit and we then screw in the pin, and once that pin goes tight, we know that it is in the correct place. There we go. And then we screw in the bottom copper pin. So we have to make sure that centre pin is properly home, and that's what it'll end up like. Then we take our top and we screw in the Atlantis chimney into the top, like so. And we put the glass on, and then we'll pop that there, and that's now set up with the Atlantis coil. The coil I've got in at the moment, which is what I'm going to be using, is this is the 0.3 Triton coil that I'm going to use for this demonstration. So now I'm going to juice it up. This is Peaches and Milk. This is the new VG Simple range. I have a video on the 4 flavours that they have, and I'm going to now just prime that properly. I'm just waiting for the juice to show in the windows. I think it's time to speed up. And then I'm going to fill the tank, and it's the usual tank business of down the side. few mil in. The size of the tank, what it holds in juice wise, does depend on what atomizer you have in. And then we'll screw the bottom on there. Drip tip. Pop that on there. It's nicely marked with the word Morph. And that's it. That's now set up with a Triton coil, and we'll pop it on a device and we'll see how it vapes. Okay guys, I have the Morph tank. I'm currently at 80 watts and it's showing 0.29 on the ohms meter. I've taken about an hour to prime it, primed it properly, and started off on this particular atomizer at 25 watts, building up over a period of about an hour, built my way up to 80 watts. I probably could go higher, but I don't need to. This thing chucks it out. Really does. The flavour is immense. If anybody knows me, I'm an Arctic man and I'm an Atlantis 2 man. This kicks it into touch. It really does. Okay, the adapters are a little bit fiddly, but once you get used to using the adapters, they're a piece of cake. Do bear in mind that each atomizer, from the subtank to Delta 2 to the Atlantis range, they all have different ranges of wattage, so just be aware of that. So, but this thing kicks. This thing really does. The airflow, I like the airflow of the Arctic and I like the airflow of the Atlantis 2. When I'm using the Atlantis 2, I don't use the drip tip wide open for an extra airflow. I find you lose flavour that way quite a bit, but you get a lot more vapour. So I close mine off. This out the box has more airflow, I think, personally, than either of them two tanks put together. I really do. I think this has got a lot more airflow. It holds a lot more juice, which is more suited to me. But the flavour is immense. The R.B.A unit I haven't used. I'll probably do some sort of future video with the R.B.A unit, but this is a tank, yes. If you like me and have different atomizers knocking around, really good. Like I said, it's a bit fiddly, but it's doable. So this is the Morph tank from EhPro, and it's in conjunction with E6 City. Good tank. We've got plenty in stock, so go for it if you fancy something a bit different. And it looks great. It does. I like the lightning flash. I like that. And it's good. I've got the new Simple Vape VG juice in this, and it's nice. It's like a train. Good thick clouds. So, pop in, have a look at one, and if you fancy it, go for it. Take care, guys.